So we've come to Deeping and won 2-1 tonight. The conditions were atrocious. Wind in our favour in the second half may have contributed to the first of our goals. What did you think? I mean, both sides were struggling with the conditions, but we seemed to cope better in the second half.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I think either it doesn't matter who would play tonight in terms of these conditions. It was always going to have an effect on the game. I look at the first half. I think we had quite a lot of control, but we played into their hands by giving away soft free kicks in the middle of the park, allowing them then to put the ball in the box. Just naivety, as I spoke to you before about it, Spenny, and at the Wizzy Rossi. And yeah, it just played into their hands. And then I thought, great finish by Spenny, to be fair. Not you, Spenny Tinkler, Spenny, yeah.
Yeah.
We had quite a lot of control, had some good little bits of play, but didn't show enough urgency. And I keep saying that to the boys. When you're going to step in with the ball, step in with a purpose. If you're going to make a run with a purpose. If you're going to pass the ball with a purpose. If you're going to shoot with a purpose. No, I'm okay with people making mistakes. That's not a problem at all. But what I'm not okay with is people doing things half-assed. And I'm not saying that they intentionally do things half-assed, Benny. What I'm saying is that they need to just sometimes show a little bit more urgency. And second half, I think we showed that a little bit more. But I think I had to really drive it out of them as well. And I said to the boys at half time, I said, boys, you lose this game, you're in a relegation battle. I'm telling you. There's no, and I said that was the harsh reality of it, and we shouldn't be nowhere near for what we've got in the building there. But we are young and all that sort of stuff. But I keep saying to the boys, you've got to learn quickly. So there's a little bit of tough love there tonight. If some of these lads, some of the younger lads and the lads that we've got who have played the levels, who want to go back up the levels, they've got to do that. They've got to show it, because if you don't, then you're not going to get anywhere, and we're not going to get anywhere. So, as I say, a little bit of tough love. I thought Luke Harris was superb tonight. I really did. I thought he was everywhere. I thought Butch made a really good save first half. I think he's probably hit it too well. I think if he hits it not as well, I think he probably scores. And then he's put in the cross-come shot, which, let's be honest, Benny, that's definitely wind assisted. There's only one assist there, and that was the wind. A bit like Erin with a camera right now. And yeah, I think the ball gathered pace, and then I think we got a little bit of momentum. We've got to be a little bit braver at times, get a bit higher. For anyone kicking tonight, we weren't ever going to reach the halfway line, and we're standing in our own half. It's just those types of things where maybe it's today's game, Spenny, but not enough players are problem solvers. And we've got to become better at becoming problem solvers on the pitch, for me. But I tell you what, Then we get the second one. I thought Rob Conyard, he's got a bit of a bad rib at the minute. He said to me, Hips, I'm desperate to play. I thought he was magnificent when he came on. They're all top guys, right? But he's a proper man. He is, in terms of I'm coming on no matter what. Rolling my sleeves up. Let's have it. Really proud of how the boys responded. And I've always said that they've got character in spades, and I do give them a hard time, but. They rose to the occasion again, and it's a good 3 points. It moves us up the table. I think we're 1 point off, 12, something like that. We need to try and finish as high as we can. We've got 5 games left, 3 at home, 2 away. Starting with Gresley on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, we finally got to the 40-point mark. It seems to take forever, because we got to 30 points odd pretty quickly, but then of course we're drawing games and losing occasional ones, so at least we reached that milestone. Gresley is going to be a tough game on Saturday.
Of course it is, yeah. No, they're a good side. Their manager's done really well with them. Obviously there was a little bit of hoo-ha at the end of the game last time, but that, for me, that's water under the bridge. Regards to the points, so Spenny, yeah, since the Eastwood game, our form's been really poor. It has. Performances haven't been poor. Form's been really poor, and what I mean by form really poor in the fact that we should be accumulating a lot more points than that. But performances have been good. But we've drawn games when we should win games, and we've lost games when we should draw games. and obviously last Saturday was a point in case of that. Yeah, we go again. Nice to get Carl Barker back Saturday. Deere will be back. Obviously no Knowlesy. So we'll just have to look at what we do in terms of what we play in the personnel and that. But thanks everyone for coming tonight. You know, we owed everyone that, and yeah, nice to get another win on the board.